Hey, this is Leon Poe, man. You listen to Causeway Street Podcast.
What's up, y'all? This is Kenny Anderson. Y'all listen to the Causeway Street Podcast.
For all you new listeners out there, I'm your host, Josue Pavone. I'm joined as usual by my two co-hosts.
I'm Sean Dutra. What's up?
Yeah, talk about
walks
yourself.
on the B.
There you go. Joel Pavone. What up?
I'm a Pisces. The most romantic.
It leads off with that.
The most romantic sign in all of the zodiac.
Oh,
If you couldn't tell by my voice already.
oh,
Sexy.
I'm the producer of this ensemble that we call Causeway Street. In case you missed it.
Hey, Bill Walton here, Celtics 1986. You're listening to the Causeway Street Podcast. Yeah, come here for nothing but the truth. This is where dreams come true. Thank you, Boston, for my life.
where are we going?
You guys are such homers.
It's your boy Terry Rozier. You're listening to the Causeway Street Podcast. Now listen to my boys Joe, Sway, Joel, and Sean.
And we're back with another edition of the Causeway Street Podcast, post-Christmas edition, which means Joel's back in his chair.
He's alive.
I'm not as sick as I was in the last episode. Everyone's healthy here, no injuries, right?
I'm feeling great.
Sean, how you feeling?
Great.
I think you're next. You're probably the next one to get sick. Because both of us have come down with it. Well, you did come down with it, but you managed to not sound sick on the podcast or had to miss an episode like Joel did.
Yep.
Joel, how did you get away? How did you cut that temperature down, man? That's pretty high. I don't know why you didn't go to the hospital if you had a 103. I know Sean said on the podcast 110 or something like that, but I don't think it was quite that severe.
Could have been
the way he put it.
I took massive amounts of Motrin.
That's the trick, huh?
That's the trick.
That gets it down.
That's the fever reliever.
See, I would have just went straight to the hospital and said, "Doc, what you got for me, man?"
And he goes,
That's
take
the
some
one
Motrin.
place I don't want to go to.
Yeah, he would have said,
$1,000 to take
Motrin
Motrin
right here.
Yeah.
All right, well, the Celtics dropped their Christmas Day game against the Washington Wizards. It seemed like we had a back-and-forth contest until that fourth quarter. They did manage to get themselves a lead, a 5-point lead, which, of course, we know in the NBA isn't a huge lead.
Ain't nothing.
But what transpired after the fact was a bit troubling for Celtics fans, of course. I mean, the 12-0 run by the Wizards.
That was awful.
Game-defining run. And then the fact that the Celtics didn't grab a single defensive rebound in the last 7 minutes of the game was also a concern. So we'll get into that. Also,
Like a rebound in general.
Isaiah Thomas, it's still talking about what happened over the summer. He had a recent interview with Rachel Nichols, and then he clapped back on social media for people criticizing what he had to say about not only Danny Ainge, but about the fact that the Celtics did trade him. Oh, it's like that, Sean.
Yeah, it's
oh,
enough.
boy.
I've enough of it.
All right.
Enough.
All right, it's like that. We'll get into that as well. But first off, let's start with this. So like I said, 12-0 run. You had the fact that, of course, Beal and John Wall went off, combined for 17 fourth quarter points. They were certainly were the difference. Jason Tatum did, do his thing on the offensive side of things. So did Kyrie Irving, like he typically does in the fourth quarter. But what struck me as a surprise was the fact that Celtics players really let this loss kind of roll off their back. You know what I mean? I mean, Brad Stevens, of course, talked about the rebounding, what was his biggest concern. He pointed to that right after the game. But when Kyrie Irving and Al Horford asked about it, they both downplayed it. Specifically, Kyrie Irving. Now
You pissed him off, Sway. You pissed him off.
No, man, I did not
piss
him
him
off.
off
and do
listen,
that,
listen.
He said why? Why? Because it's Christmas? Who the hell cares about Christmas?
I mean, look, the fact that what I just said, what transpired, a 12-0 run on top of the fact that the Celtics didn't grab a single defensive rebound in the last 7 minutes, in my opinion, this was the most frustrating loss. Now, first of all, there's a difference here, right? Between a blowout loss, a bad loss, and a frustrating loss. This is a frustrating loss because you weren't able to just pull down a few rebounds that could have changed the outcome of this game. Am I wrong in thinking that?
I mean, it's a few things. Besides the rebounds, they had like 3 back-to-back-to-back turnovers and crucial moments of that fourth quarter. I just felt like, I don't know, they weren't in it. Like mentally, phically.
Yeah, they didn't get up
in the last 3 minutes of that game. And a team like Washington, like the thing that pissed me off more about that loss is the fact that Washington, when they feel like playing, this is the result, right? Especially John Wall and Bradley Beal.
Yeah, and I think this was the Celtics' chance to really say, Washington,
relax.
They're not having a great season, right?
Yeah.
They come into your building on Christmas Day on national television.
First time since Game 7
and
last year.
And they are the better team that day. Like there's no way around it. The Wizards outplayed you from all facets of the game.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I get pissed off about, oh yeah, it's not a big deal. Yeah, it is a big deal. Like how are you not getting up for a game that big?
Yeah.
Like even if it's not on Christmas, if it's a Friday night in February, and you get the Wizards coming in,
like
they're a team that you need to stack up against. Like you need to play well against them.
First time you're playing against them in the season, like get up for the game. Like this is to put them to kind of bring them back down to reality a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I know the Celtics have been struggling as of late. Now this is what their 6th loss in the last 11 games.
Well, John Wall had a game. John Wall played really well.
No,
Bradley Beal played really well.
Like how many dunks did Bradley Beal have?
Yeah,
he had more dunks in this game than I think he's had in his entire career.
John Wall was more efficient, but yeah, well, he finished strong in transition, and that's what Bradley Beal does.
But the problem is that 12-0 run to end the game. That was a disgrace.
Right.
That was an absolute disgrace.
Yeah, but you had Porter going off from the 3. Oubre going off from 3-point land.
It doesn't matter. Get a rebound. Play defense. Do something.
Right.
Don't turn the ball over. Right. Run an offensive play. They didn't do any of that in the last 3 minutes of the game, and they got their butts handed to them.
Well, they didn't play much defense either.
I think it wasn't his response that surprised me when I asked him, is this the most frustrating loss of the season? I think it was his demeanor. You know what I mean? I feel like he thought as if like that wasn't a legitimate question, or he was thinking to himself like, we've lost, we've had much more frustrating games than this throughout the season. This is, of course, their 10th loss of the season. The fact that, like we said, the runs, the rebounding, I mean, those two things coincide with what we've been seeing throughout this stretch, where the Celtics have been dropping games because of lack of rebounding, because of the defensive side of things. The two things that essentially put the Celtics in front of the entire Eastern Conference, and now they sit in second place in the Eastern Conference.
The league, too.
Yeah. Right. I mean, it really surprised me about his demeanor to it. Look, I get it. It's a game of runs. 12-0 runs, that type of thing happens in basketball. But in that stretch, and to not put forth the type of effort that we've seen in the past, I mean, the Celtics enter that game as the 10th best rebounding team in the league. Yeah,
and I think it's not the fact that they didn't play well too. It's like you need to, after a loss like that, you should feel some type of emotion about the loss. You gotta be pissed off. If he's just pissed off like everybody else should have been,
right,
then it doesn't matter. I feel like, I don't know, Kyrie with his Christmas thing, that thing's weird, man.
Right, like that response
like
surprised me.
That's not what we're talking.
That's the real reason why they lost, right?
The question wasn't about Christmas. It was about everything else. And he, in his mind, he's like, oh, why? Because Christmas. Like, did you intentionally play like crap because it's Christmas just to prove your stupid point?
That is not a holiday.
Like that, yeah. Oh, wow, I don't care about this game.
It's not important.
This is just another game, everybody. No, nothing to see here. Right. Christmas isn't real. Let's see.
So you should have followed it up with, you do know it's a, it's a federal holiday, right? Things were closed today.
This isn't up for debate. It's actually a holiday.
The post office was closed. The banks were closed.
I just wish I mentioned the fact that the rebounding side of things. You know what I mean? Like I did obviously say the 12-0 run. I'm like, no, it's about the 12-0 run. It's about the fact that you had a lead. It's about the fact that the way that things transpired throughout the fourth quarter should frustrate you against a team like the Wizards, a game that you had.
I'll give them this. The schedule has been extremely tough for the Celtics. And they could be a little tired. They could be a little burnt out. But at the end of the day, like, you need to show up for the games you need to show up for. This should have been a game, no matter how tired you are. It's against the Wizards. I guess Kyrie wasn't on the team. Half the team wasn't on the team, right, against the Wizards. But still, you have some bad blood there. And
it's not even just that. It's the fact that a lot of analysts and a lot of critics view the Washington Wizards as like a top team in the Eastern Conference.
I do.
Well, they have the top backcourt in the Eastern Conference.
That's what we were talking about.
You know what I mean? Like that's a big difference.
When we did our Eastern Conference preview, I said that they're the number 3 team in the Eastern Conference by default, right? Because of what they did last season, and they pretty much didn't make any changes. Brought in Jody Meeks. Okay, great signing. But in terms of
Jody Meeks is on the Wizards.
Yes, Jody Meeks made a few threes against the Celtics. But besides them bringing back this pretty much the same exact roster, you could tell in this game that in terms of shooting, they have improved. Even John Wall, who's not a great shooter, but overall is a great facilitator, he made things happen. Okay? But at the same time, I'm not gonna go crazy and be like, oh, the Celtics need to be worried if they face the Washington Wizards in a 7-game series, right? Here's the main thing about the Wizards that no one really talks about this season, right? The fact is that they have been great teams, but they've also lost to some awful teams this season.
So the
Like,
Celtics.
whatever they feel like-
Same thing could be said about the Celtics. Right?
Okay, but their demeanor is when they feel like playing, this is the end result.
Right.
When they don't feel like playing, then you see the flip side of things.
And they're always going to rise to the challenge because
Exactly.
they remember obviously what happened
Okay.
past May. Last time they played the Celtics, last time they were at TD Garden. I mean, they didn't forget clearly because they brought forth that type of effort, especially in the second half.
But this team, though, in terms of like the way they've played this season, the up and downness of the, I mean, with the Celtics it's been recently, but with the Wizards it's been all season long. That's why I don't think that they can reach that next level, quote unquote, like plateau because of like there's just their attitude towards things.
All right, last question before we get off this. 7-game series. How do you feel about the Celtics' chances against the Wizards? Is this just one of those games that got away from the Celtics, or do you actually see the Wizards as a potential team that could not only push the Celtics to 7 games like they did last year, but knock them off?
It's tough to say. I would lean towards.
Because I'm with Joel. I mean, they rise to the occasion. When they play the Celtics, they're ready to go. And when you see their backcourt doing what they did on Christmas, I mean, that's a tough team to beat.
They hadn't won in Boston in quite some time. Forget the playoffs. And, but the last few seasons, they just don't win in Boston.
Yeah,
It meant more to them than it did to the Celtics, which it should have been a little more even.
Well, because it's not a holiday, that's why.
Didn't mean as much to Kyrie. That's what it is.
That's what
Which
it is.
means the Celtics, because
Come on, man. To quote Kyrie Irving, come on, man.
no.
Hell no.
7-game series. Who
Hell
do I
no.
got?
He's like, you think I'm Fred Hoiberg over here? Like, come on.
That's tough. I don't know. I don't know how the Celtics would play in a 7-game series yet. They've been so up and down lately. If they don't make any improvements on this team and add another score, they need more scoring. They can't keep up with the Wizards if the
I'm
Wizards
worried
are
more
scoring.
about the Raptors.
See, I'm
than
still
I am
not.
with Washington.
I'm not too worried about the Raptors. Still in the playoffs, they choke, right?
Yeah, but
we saw last year the Wizards come out of a spot where they weren't.
They were down 3-2.
Yeah, and they legitimately showed up and had John Wall and Bradley Beal had a great series. Now they didn't have enough talent to take the Celtics down, but I don't know. Another year of Oubre, another year of Otto Porter, like that.
Otto Porter looked really good.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
who knows? But I don't know. I'm gonna pause. I don't know. I'm not saying anything because
they have a chance.
I think the Wizards.
I think that's your answer. They have a
I think
chance.
the Wizards would beat the Celtics in a 7-game series right now. If the Celtics don't improve and they go into and they don't get Hayward back and they don't add another piece and all these things don't fall into place, then yeah, I would probably pick the Wizards.
All right.
It's a bad matchup.
It is. All right. Well, that's going to do it for our opening segment. Opening segment, of course, is brought to you by Goodfellas at DraftKings. Head over to DraftKings.com if you haven't already. I don't know what you're waiting for. Use the promo code CLNS. Get yourself signed up, of course, with your first free deposit. Get a shot at winning your share at $10,000. All you got to do is head to DraftKings.com and enter the promo code CLNS. All right, let's switch gears a bit. Like we said at the top of the episode, in a recent interview with ESPN's Rachel Nichols, Isaiah Thomas said that he wishes the Celtics medical staff was more open. Says he wishes that they had told him more information about his hip injury and that if he could do it all over again, he wouldn't have played. Do either of you guys believe any of this?
Isaiah needs to stop talking. He needs to stop.
Well, if he's asked a question, what do you want him to say?
Let it go. The only reason why he's getting asked the questions is because he's making a big deal out of it. He's putting in his documentary that he's advertising.
Well, the documentary's been out for a while. It wasn't like he just dropped it.
Oh, I'm the only person who got traded ever in the NBA. Whoa.
No, I love Isaiah Thomas, but what he's doing right now is annoying, looking for attention, and then I don't get why people keep bringing it up. You are motherfucking talking about it every single day.
So yeah, Thomas tweeted out the following, a couple of tweets about it. He said, it's funny how people think I keep bringing up the dumbass trade situation.
You are, Isaiah.
It's the media asking the same dumbass questions about it, so it's obvious
Then
they
stop
want
talking
to
about
keep
it.
going.
Well,
it's not like when I'm interviewed, I'm asking them, can you please bring this trade up, please? LOL. Second tweet following that one was, don't get mad at me like I'm sitting here wanting to still talk about the trade. Get mad at the person interviewing me, LOL. Get mad at the questions, not the real answers. These posts were for the people who think I'm salty about the trade. Good morning to y'all too, LOL.
Two things.
He's
right?
all over the place.
If if he was healthy to play in the first game of the season, then that would be the narrative for that, right? Everything was all crazy the first game of the season for Kyrie, right? Oh, what's Kyrie going to do? What's he going to say? How's he going to respond? So this is Isaiah now coming back to Boston for the first time. More than likely, he's going to play. So what else is the media going to talk about?
Yeah, but at the same time,
I don't care if the media is talking about it.
Well, no, that's part of
It's
that's part of
Isaiah talking about it. Isaiah did not have to sit down with Rachel Nichols and have a 30-minute friggin' conversation about
It was 5
the
minutes.
trade.
Yeah, it was literally 5 minutes.
5 minutes long.
That interview was edited, guys. It probably was at least a 30-minute conversation.
You think there's a part 2 coming? It might be.
No, it's ridiculous the amount. And you know what? Oh yeah, like I still not talking to Danny. Blah blah blah. Grow up. You're in the NBA. You got traded. Like if you wanna be mad at the Celtics, fine. Be mad at the Celtics. Don't talk about it. If you're putting that tweet out and saying, "Oh, I can't believe people are saying I'm talking about it," it's because you are, Isaiah. So let it go. Either be mad about it and embrace it fully and just be a villain, or stop fucking talking about it and just play basketball when you get on the court. That's it.
Yeah, I agree with Sean to a certain extent because I think, okay, look, listen, Isaiah, clearly you still have this grudge against the Celtics. Clearly you don't mind talking about it because let's face it, you're an NBA player. At the end of the day, you can tell Rachel Nichols, look, we're doing this one-on-one.
I don't want to talk about the trade.
Exactly. Let's focus on my recovery. Let's focus on what I had to do to get to this point.
Thank you.
I'm done talking about the Celtics.
Yeah.
I'm done talking about Danny Ainge.
Well, maybe that's the other 20 minutes of that conversation, but ESPN decided like, no, that shit's boring.
Yeah, but
let's talk about what's going to
No,
make
he still
what's
responded.
gonna
He
make
still
people
responded. It
react
doesn't
on
matter.
Twitter.
But this is what I'm saying. If you want to release those comments, if you want to make those statements, don't turn around and say, oh, it's Rachel Nichols asking me these questions. I have to answer it. You know damn well, Isaiah, if you don't want to talk about a certain topic, you can address that before the interview is even taped.
Yep.
And they will not bring up certain questions that you don't want to hear.
Here's the thing.
And if you're gonna react and if you want to keep talking about what happened, stand by it.
Right.
Stick by it. Don't put it on Rachel Nichols.
Yeah, because I think Isaiah is doing this to keep his name in the limelight. Because at the end of the year, he's a free agent. Like, he needs his name to be in the papers, on front page of SportsCenter, everything. It needs to be Isaiah Thomas. So why wouldn't he embrace it? So I get why he's doing it. It's to make more money. But just embrace it. Stop coming on Twitter and trying to be like, yeah, guys, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but
it's not my fault.
Yeah,
yes,
but
it
Sean,
is, bro.
even if he did embrace it, though, you would still be like, stop crying, right?
At this point, yes.
I don't mind the look. I know it's been a while. It's been months now. If he wants to whine about it, he can do what he wants to because at the end of the day, he's the one who's going to have to back it up. He's the one who's going to have to say, hey, Boston, you made a mistake. He's the one who's going to have to perform at a high level.
I will say, if Isaiah Thomas comes out this year and averages like 14 points and like 4 assists or
That's
something.
not backing it up.
And then everyone's going to be like, maybe you shouldn't have been crying and been in the gym, right?
Look, I don't mind what he had to say. I just think it's you have to stand by your comments.
Yeah,
don't say that, oh, it's the interviewer who's making me answer these questions.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it anymore, guys, but ask me some questions and I'll answer all of them.
All right, so then what about the flip side of it? Does he have a legit gripe with the Celtics medical staff who the Celtics fired right after this trade went down that no one really discussed?
Interesting.
That this team was together for like 20, 30 years.
I don't think that's a coincidence that those guys got
That's not a coincidence.
fired.
I don't think that's a coincidence whatsoever.
No, I think if that's where he wants to gripe about, fine.
Yeah, but I don't believe him that he wouldn't have played if they told
also,
him
exactly.
they were up front.
Yeah.
I mean, Isaiah was going to play no matter what.
He was a competitor, and he made the decision to say, I want to play. A doctor is not going to tell you, like, hey, Sway, I don't think you should play. And he says, no, I feel good. I can play.
Right. I just dropped 53 against the Wizards. You know, I'm riding off this momentum. I'm playing. Right. I see the Cleveland Cavaliers, you know, in my sights. Nothing's going to stop me from playing.
And the individual has the final say, right?
But if somebody, obviously, if Danny Ainge went to him and was like, hey, before you continue this game with the Washington Wizards, just so you know, Kyrie Irving's going to ask for a trade request and we're going to trade you. Right. Obviously, hindsight is 2020. You're not going to say,
of course.
And
I'll still play.
He was convinced he was getting an extension with the Celtics. Like, he must have been convinced.
We all were. No?
No, this one was.
I was convinced. I just didn't know how much he was going to get.
I thought it. I didn't see the trade happening.
Because of the Gordon Hayward situation that everybody was convinced that they were going to go after him or at least throw a pitch at him. the Paul George trade that was up in the air, the Jimmy Butler trade that was up in the air. All these things that were like, there was no way they were going to extend him this summer had he been injured or not.
Not this summer, but
I mean like last summer. This past summer.
Once the Celtics signed Gordon Hayward, it was like, okay, perfect. These are three guys.
Yep.
Horford, Hayward, and Thomas.
I don't know. He can't look back and say, "Oh, I wouldn't have played if I knew this was going to happen." Get out of here, dude. The only reason why you're going to be paid.
That's not what he's saying. He's saying
That's what he said.
Had he been given more information, and I don't believe. I'm not saying I believe he would have not played, but his whole thing is had the Celtics medical staff that was fired saying that maybe he needed surgery, maybe he didn't need surgery, but again, it was up to him to play or not play. At the end of the day, right? Say if he didn't get injured. And was that game 3 against Cleveland?
Well, originally it was that.
I know.
Wait. When did that regular season game happen?
That happened.
That was in February.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is my problem with Isaiah Thomas's argument.
Timberwolves.
If he did sit and get surgery in February, he would have missed the rest of the season.
No,
and
but
his big complaint right now is, I can't be sitting and
listen.
I need to be playing. I can't be sitting on a bench watching. If I knew I was going to have to sit for this long, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? If the injury is the injury.
But do you remember when the injury happened, though? The injury, the report from the Celtics was he had a leg injury. It had nothing to do with his hip.
No, hip's part of the leg.
But the hip didn't come out until
after he got injured in the playoffs.
He was ruled out of the Cleveland series.
I don't know if you know this, but the hip is connected to the thigh bone.
Is that the rhyme?
It wasn't even a leg injury.
Yeah,
now I remember it was an ankle injury. I remember writing about that he was out.
Yeah.
For 2 or 3 games.
There was a lot of questions, which is why, I mean, that's a great point.
Sure.
Why we're not seeing the same medical staff that we saw last year.
Had the medical staff, I'm just hypothetical, had the medical staff he's not dead, but had the medical staff said, you know what, maybe Isaiah shouldn't play for a month. This is like the beginning of, or it was like the middle of February.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he should be out for a little bit longer than what he was out for.
Starting to get annoying. I don't know. It's just annoying.
I don't know. He would have been probably may have been healthy there. And
I doubt it.
It's like the
Celtics at the end of the day, they lucked out because Kyrie demanded a trade. So
it's like the ex-girlfriend metaphor that we were using before. You know what I mean? It's like, oh well, if I knew she was going to dump me, I wouldn't have taken that trip to Miami. You know, right. I wouldn't have gone. Like, yeah, obviously
you would have.
But at the end of the day, you did it because you didn't think that the girl's going to break up with you. The Celtics broke up with him. You know what I mean? Like
he's salty.
He is, but it's like, you're not telling the truth at that point. You're not saying, like to say like, oh, if I knew, I wouldn't have played.
Here's my thing.
You would have played.
I think Isaiah is
just be honest and say if I knew I was going to be traded, I was going to play. Say that.
I think Isaiah is acting this way and is still hurt about the whole situation because he has that jilted lover syndrome, and now he just wants to ruin the Celtics' reputation about the doctors, Danny Ainge, all the stuff. He's going in on it just to make sure that he is negatively putting the Celtics in a negative light.
I don't know. People make decisions based on information, right? So if he's given wrong information,
I don't know if you know who our president is, but he does not do that.
Well, I'm talking about an average person.
Okay,
all right. Thank you, though. Based on information. So if he's being told it's not as bad as it looks, you can still play on it if you want to. Of course, he's gonna play on it. It got worse. I'm pretty sure Danny Ainge was like, I don't think the Celtics have a chance to beat Cleveland, so yeah, shut him down. I'm gonna go after fucking Gordon Hayward or whoever else was available, and Isaiah's gonna be the reason why that person or whoever comes to Boston. I think he has a legit gripe with the medical staff. Maybe all that other stuff with Danny Ainge and whoever doesn't want to talk to in the organization, that's water under the bridge. That's whatever. That's his prerogative or whatever. But when it comes to the medical staff, there's a reason why the Celtics quietly got rid of everyone. They're like, oh well, we got this partnership with General Electric now, so we have all this new equipment that we want people who have hands-on experience with this equipment to come in and help players with their injuries.
What did you guys think about what he said about the max deal thing? That he still thinks he deserves a max deal regardless of his health concerns.
He's not going to get a max deal, and he's gonna.
But Sean, how do you know how he's gonna bounce back? Like, why does everyone assume? Oh, there's no way it's gonna be the same. Okay, clearly he's not gonna put up 30 a game because
what's a max deal again?
Because he's playing with the best player in the world. A max deal. What did Gordon Hayward get? What did Al Horford get?
So I think
that's a max deal. 28, 29.
He'll make. I think probably. I would sign him to a 4-year, $23 million contract.
That's
a hell of a lot more than what he's making now. So that's perfect. That's a max deal or damn near close to one.
Which is like 4 years, 90 mil.
Oh, 90 mil. Oh. Yeah, we could see something like that. I mean, he's going to have to come to a compromise if
and wherever
Cleveland's going to keep LeBron James around.
Okay.
Which I think they really want to do.
They're not going to keep LeBron James. LeBron James is gone, Sway.
Here we go. Where's he going?
Cleveland.
Where's LeBron going?
Isaiah should leave Cleveland as well. Where's LeBron going?
Yeah.
Wherever the hell he goddamn pleases.
No one can answer that question. That's the thing.
He's not
LA?
staying in Cleveland.
Going to LA?
He's not staying in Cleveland.
Him and LeVar Ball are going to win championships together.
You can't re-sign LeBron James.
Johnson.
You can't re-sign LeBron James and then re-sign Isaiah Thomas.
I think Isaiah would easily take a pay cut to play alongside
Oh,
LeBron
now Isaiah's going to take a pay cut. Now he is, right?
I didn't say he's going to get a max deal. I'm saying that he's going to perform at a level where he should get a max deal. But if it takes taking a bit of a pay cut just to play alongside LeBron James and not go to, I don't know, one of those rebuilding teams, a rebuilding situation, he'll do it.
I don't think he needs to take a pay cut because
because we know LeBron's the GM, the owner, and the president of the Cavaliers.
Yeah, but LeBron's still going to do those, 2 year with the player option.
Oh yeah, he'll
deals.
still do that.
Yeah,
exactly.
so
which is a $35 million contract.
Yeah, so Isaiah doesn't really have to take a pay cut. If you're
Yes,
talking
he
about
does.
$23 million, he's got to take a pay cut.
Well, they got to bring in some talent. I mean, they still have Kevin Love on the books.
If
They still
LeBron
have-
James is making like $35 million a season,
If
They
LeBron
still have
James-
Thompson,
if
they still have Love on the books,
If
they
LeBron
still have-
James signs for $35 million, it's the same exact team that is right now. No difference.
no, LeBron's making more money. He'll make more money. Yeah. He's not
You're
signing.
swapping out of the interchangeables like the Jeff Greens and the guys who signed 1 year deals.
Dwayne Wade.
Rose, Derrick Rose. Whenever he's done being depressed, he's gonna come back probably before the playoffs or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think Isaiah.
All those guys, you take those guys off the books, and then you can fit Isaiah with his $23 million contract.
I think Isaiah's time in Cleveland's going to be short. I do.
It could be.
I do.
It could be.
4
But
years.
I just don't think that
Because think
he's
about
not
it.
going to perform. I really do. I believe he's gonna bounce back.
You think if the Cavaliers, let's say LeBron James stays, right? Who would you rather spend money on, Isaiah Thomas or DeMarcus Cousins?
Can he coexist with
Isaiah
LeBron James?
Thomas and Paul George.
Well, I mean, if they can make both, they can.
No,
They've played together. They can.
Yeah, but
still work.
they got to trade Kevin Love.
So you're saying if LeBron stays, they're going to go after DeMarcus Cousins. They can't afford to do that.
if they're
Unless they're getting rid of Kevin Love.
if they're going to pay a free agent,
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to
Who-
be. It's not going to be Isaiah.
it's
Thomas.
not going to be Isaiah
I
Thomas.
get what you're saying. All right, we'll see.
It just doesn't make sense. If you're going to give somebody
All right, so they
a
got-
near max deal, right?
I see what you're saying, but so then they got 3-4 point guards coming off the books this year. They're not gonna go
But
out
see
and try to sign someone.
They got that Brooklyn pick.
That's true. They still got the Brooklyn pick, but you know what, Sean? You're saying what I believe. The fact that
I thought Brooklyn was
LeBron's in
gonna
a
make
position
playoffs.
where he can bring free agents to him. He doesn't have to swap teams anymore. He's in a position alongside Kevin Love where he can get to the Eastern Conference Finals with no problem
He's playing well right now, Kevin Love.
and bring in a Paul George, a DeMarcus Cousins. Whether Isaiah Thomas stays and they bring in another mid-tier guy, he's still in a position to go to the NBA Finals. And that's a position he'd rather be in than go elsewhere.
Anybody's in a position to take a pay cut, it would be LeBron. Seriously.
LeBron ain't taking a pay cut.
He's probably going to get paid the same if I had.
No,
That's
he's getting a
That's
raise.
probably
He's
a pay
getting
cut.
a raise. He's
That's
getting a
probably
raise.
pay cut.
LeBron James cannot take a pay cut.
Yeah, you could
The
be right.
NBA
You're
is
right.
different from the
You
NFL.
could be right. You could be
Tom
right.
Brady can take a pay cut to win championships because Tom Brady's already won.
Well,
And won.
he's also on the 52 player
But
roster. So.
LeBron has done it before. Don't say he hasn't.
LeBron
He
won't
has.
take a pay cut. He's already done it. He's not taking another pay cut.
If it means bringing in Paul George and DeMarcus Cousins, he ain't gonna take a pay cut.
Nope.
35 is coming up, man. I'm telling you,
Seriously.
age 35. Call me crazy, but I think that's when you're going to see the dip in LeBron James' performance at age 35.
So 2 years from now, did he just turn 33?
Yep. Oh no, he will turn, right?
No, he just turned 33.
I thought he was on the 30th.
Was born in '84.
No, I'm saying the birthday's the
Millennial.
30th, isn't it? I thought it was around New Year.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
he's going to turn in a couple of days.
Thinking around Xmas.
All right. I hate LeBron James. Let's move on.
Well, he has a lot to do with your segment, right, Sean? We'll get into that. So we'll get some more Cavaliers talk. LeBron.
Oh!
For all you LeBron James fans out there who are also Celtics fans, you're a unicorn. Sean Dutra's
When you look ahead. All right, so we're gonna be looking ahead. Did you enjoy the Christmas special we did last time, Joel, without you?
I did. I chuckled. It was good.
Did you really chuckle? Or are you just saying that?
No, I did.
I chuckled.
My favorite part was the piggy bank story because I also got the same. Well, it's a different color, but
I should have mentioned that.
Both got a piggy
Yeah,
bank
so
thing,
Joel and I talked about that. How we both got.
It was weird because
the
it was
same
like we
gift.
opened up all our gears and then like.
Oh wait, we got one more.
Yeah, both our parents were like, "Oh, we still see two more behind that tree."
And
We're
you're like,
"Oh."
those are the best ones, dude. That's
So we
it.
opened it up and then like they were excited. We were just like, "Yay,
Piggy bank.
piggy banks!"
All right.
That's exactly how they said it too. You sure you guys are done?
Are you sure?
Once you
I
crawl
think-
underneath the tree,
I
go to
think
the back.
Santa left you guys the best ones back there. We're like, okay.
Oh, this better be a Xbox.
Mine was yellow and his was green.
Mm.
Or back then, I think it was a
Sega. Yeah.
It better be a Sega Genesis.
It's better be a fucking Dreamcast. All right. Looking ahead. Nets, the playoff bound Nets
Might be smart.
take on the Celtics back-to-back home games, huh? Look at that. That's Thursday to Sunday, so they get a couple days off, which is nice.
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, ring in the new year with your Boston Celtics.
Is that a matinee or no, later in the night?
It's a 5:30.
It's a 5:30.
That's
It's
yeah.
an early
5:30
after
start.
or early evening game.
Cool.
How you been feeling about the Nets?
No, question is how you been feeling about the Nets.
Yeah, that's your squad. the
Um,
Nets and the 76ers, the two underdogs for Sean Dutra.
Well, they're not in the playoff picture yet, but they will be.
Okay.
Still time.
So does Cleveland enjoy that first pick or not?
They dominated the Wizards.
Something the Celtics didn't do. Okay.
Yeah, Brooklyn's been that team this year.
They can score.
They come up with these wins against teams that they have no business beating.
They can score. They can't defend. They got. They still haven't really worked in
Does Okafor go off? That's the
Okafor.
question.
No, they haven't really worked him in yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
They-
they're sort of
they're working him out.
being patient with him. They put him on the back burner.
He'll probably go off that day then.
Yeah, Okafor will come in and score 20 points. You're probably right.
Like his debut. Remember that?
Grab 20
Yeah.
rebounds.
His first game. He had like 16 in the first
He'll
quarter.
have a 20-20 game. First time at the Garden since Jared Sullinger.
Well, we'll see, but that happens on New Year's Eve. Then it's Christmas. Christmas. What's going
I
on?
wish it still was Christmas, actually.
Then it's New Year's.
What's going on?
Somebody's missing Christmas.
You know who's starting for the Brooklyn Nets? I forgot. Tyler Zeller. Causeway Street's boy,
Is he
Tyler
really?
Zeller. Getting some starting run for the
Oh, that's right. He makes his first return to
Brooklyn
Boston.
Nets.
Think it's going to be a tribute video?
tribute video.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Got to do it.
Zeller.
It
Of course.
pained me to take him out of the intro, our intro.
You can put it back in, man.
Hi, this is Tyler Zeller from the Boston Celtics. You're listening to Causeway Street Podcast.
Yeah, drop that after the end
I'll
of
do
this
it.
episode.
I will.
All right. After the Nets come in on a New Year's Eve special, then it is the game we've all been waiting for. And now,
Is it the Toon Squad?
the starting
Y'all ready for this?
lineup.
Y'all ready for this?
Cavs. Cavs come to Boston.
Are we going to hear this?
Cavs come to
Are we
Boston.
going to hear this? Starting at point guard, Isaiah Thomas.
Yes, I think so. I think Isaiah's going to play.
I just hope it's not his first game back because that's going to be.
No, it probably is.
I think it's going to be more emotional than he's anticipating. And I think it's going to affect him. It's going to affect his game. So we'll have to wait and see. But if I'm the Cleveland Cavaliers or if I'm a fan of Cleveland, I'm hoping he plays at least one game before he goes into Boston.
January 3rd will be the day that Isaiah comes back, and I'm going to say scores 7 points.
7.
7.
You're out of your mind.
Even if he comes back, though, he's not playing 30 minutes. He's going to play like...
He'll play close to it.
He'll be on a time restriction.
No, he's going to
He'll
play probably
close to it.
15.
Wait a minute. You guys think Ty Lue does minute restrictions?
Oh, yeah, you're
Ty Lue
right.
doesn't give a damn
Yeah,
about
LeBron's
minute
like,
restrictions.
oh, you're good? All right.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's like you're going all in or you're not going at all.
Yeah. 0 to 100. Ha. All day. Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, and also you got LeBron James in your ear. You know LeBron's gonna be like, yeah, take that shot. Yeah, yo, screw Boston. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
I think he'll have a lot of shot attempts, but I don't think he'll score 7. But
7.
He'll have like 15, 16 points.
7 points.
He's still rusty.
20.
He hasn't played.
20.
Hasn't played since May.
He knows those hoops.
7.
He knows
played
those rims.
since May, and plus, like you said, the emotion of that game beforehand. You know the Guardian's going to give him a tribute video.
Listen,
you know he's going to get a standing
He
ovation.
should get a tribute video. He should get a standing ovation. He should get all that.
He's going to go to all that.
This man played.
They're going to arrive in
the
Boston
day
today
after he lost his sister.
I understand that.
He will be fine.
All right,
he'll be fine as long as he gets that tune-up before. That's the one.
But
that's my caveat. One caveat: he has to play before.
Listen,
one game before going to Boston. Do your thing.
Everybody's over expecting of Isaiah in this game.
I'm not.
He's not going to be able to come out after not playing since
May.
20 points is not over expecting though.
Yes, it is.
I'm not saying he's going to drop 40.
Under 10.
And
it's nothing against him.
It won't be under 10.
It's nothing against Isaiah. It's nothing against Isaiah at all.
He'll put up like 16, 18 points on like.
Don't think it's time for
16 shots.
Yeah, I don't think it's time for him to come back. I doubt he'll
the
take
chip is the hip.
shot. I think he'll be like 3 for 10, 7 points.
You need to get that on a T-shirt, bro. It's not the chip, it's the hip.
It's not the chip, it's the hip. When did I say that? Did I say that?
Sean doesn't even remember saying that. When I said you guys don't realize the chip on his shoulder.
He said, I'm not worried about the chip. I'm worried about the hip.
I'm worried about the hip. Put that on a T-shirt.
Put it on there. Bang it.
Green Lines T. Hit us up.
Green Lines T.
What up,
Bigelow T. All right, that's all I got for and looking ahead.
And that's Sean Dutra's.
When you look ahead.
All right, thank you, Sean. That segment by Sean, his favorite segment, the Look Ahead segment of the Causeway Street Podcast, is brought to you by MyBookie. Head over to mybookie.ag and use the promo code Causeway, where you can activate a free offer off your first deposit. Not only will MyBookie match your deposit, but they'll give you a 50% bonus for you to play with. MyBookie, it's where the bet is just as important as who you're betting on. If you want to make money, you have to do it with mybookie.ag. I trust them, but don't take my word for it. Go check them out yourself. Head over to mybookie.ag, enter the promo code Causeway, and you can activate that free offer. Mybookie.ag. You play, you win, you get paid. All right. Let's wrap things up the way we wrap up every single episode. And we know it's that time because Joel is writing like a madman. It is time for In Case You Missed It.
And I am back.
Hey.
In case you missed it.
Yes,
In case you missed it, the NBA, who likes to do a lot of pointless things these days, has admitted that the refs missed not 1, not 2, but 3 foul calls on Kevin Durant against Bron
What?
during the Cavs Warriors. I missed that. Christmas Day matchup.
That was bad, loud.
Yeah, it really was. On their 2-minute report,
Sorry, guys.
Another 2-minute report, huh?
refs, are publicly graded now. And LeBron obviously was heated while, airing out his frustrations.
Yeah, those calls were bad.
Also, what a shocker.
Ariana Grande, what?
I didn't need a report to figure that out. Those calls
Seriously.
were terrible.
Yeah, obviously there was other people with their opinions, such as Draymond Green, who deemed the report very pointless, asking who does it help, which I do agree with. Why do they keep releasing these reports when there's no consequences for them fucking up?
Somebody should get fired.
Well, it holds them accountable. So I give them credit for that, but at the same time, it doesn't.
But every
It
time
doesn't
they
change
release that,
the outcome of the game.
I'm just kidding. Don't fire him. But what I think the NFL does points systems where you get graded, and if you don't grade well, you don't get a playoff game or something like that.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But I don't know if they do it that way, the NBA.
I don't know.
I think it's just more like public shaming. Oh, look at this is you. You kept fucking
You know
up.
what? I think it's public shaming, but at the same time, I also think it's next time LeBron James plays a game, he'll be going to free throw line about 12 times. More than that. He's going to have 20 attempts at the free throw line. It's look, we messed up.
Yeah,
we got you in the future. It's like an unofficial, I owe you.
McCutcheon's going to be on that game.
Yeah. It's an I owe you one.
I don't know. It's just sometimes
Scott
I feel like
Foster.
Other than that reason, though, I guess it's
The only time I have a big problem with it is in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you guys messed up game 4 or game 7.
Yeah, the Celtics, that happened a few times last year and the year before. Not just with the Celtics, but a lot of these games, the outcomes could change on a 1 possession or 2 possession type of situation. And you're right. If you don't get any consequence, if you don't get fined, or if you don't get like suspended or something like that. So what's the point of what's the point of the report?
Yeah, the one call I wish they would have overturned in my lifetime is the 2012 Game 6 Dwayne Wade foul on Rajon Rondo.
Oh my God, he
In
got
my
raked across the
lifetime.
face.
That's huge in my lifetime. Yeah.
That's the one. That's the missed call.
And they didn't even admit to that because there was no such thing as a 2-man report back then.
You guys think that they should start doing this? Not this, but what I'm trying to say. You guys think that they should start going to New Jersey to check every single call? Because you know that they can only do that for
Secaucus?
Yeah, Secaucus. That's what I was going to say.
Secaucus?
You guys don't think they should go to Secaucus for just like every call because the way they get it right?
Well, that's another thing.
Or at least in the last 2 minutes.
How many times you stop the game for that and you're still messing it up?
No, the problem is that the refs shouldn't be involved in the decision. If you're gonna have a ref, then let him referee the game.
But you have 3 refs though. In this.
Right. So you have 3 refs. Let them referee the game. If they decide, I don't know about that call,
Keep it moving.
somebody they should be able to pause the game, but it should be somebody who watches the screen and just goes, "Let me watch this. Let me watch that. Let me watch this. Okay, yep, that's a foul, or that's out of bounds off this." Don't replay it 1,000 for like the fact that they have to replay it so many times. Make a decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe watch 2 angles, fine.
There should be a
But
shot clock for them to figure out what's going on.
that should be 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Once they call a timeout, everything's done in Secaucus. They go, "Oh shit, let's watch this." Oh nope, you're right. That's out of bounds off Celtics.
Make a decision.
Just
on the
make
clock.
it.
You're on the clock because not only does it kill the momentum for either side, but you're giving them a free timeout.
You're saying that there should be a ref that watches the replays.
And that's the person
And
who
then
makes
that's the person that
decision.
makes the final decision if all 3 of them can come to a decision.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
Or just fire the refs and hire robots. I would just rather that.
Just get all new refs. I don't know at this
No,
point.
robots.
No, robots only work in baseball.
No, robots would work fine
They
in
would be
basketball.
able to tell if it's a strike or a ball.
Robots would work fine in basketball. Based on camera angles and stuff like that, yeah, they'd be fine. You wouldn't have a robot all around the court, but like if somebody fouled somebody, you could set the settings like low or high or whatever, like, you know, figure it out. You can have a robot there.
For LeBron James is on high.
Yeah. LeBron James, it's like anytime anyone gets close, call foul.
Well.
Exobot 3000.
Foul.
Man, I didn't foul.
What did you say, LeBron?
Foul.
Technical foul.
Technical. You called me a hunk of junk.
It picks up on keywords. If you swear at him, it's like technical foul.
Technical foul. To repeat what you said back.
Did you just call me the N-word?
You said I have no grease in my joints. I am not overheating. Technical foul.
You called me a female dog.
I am a robot, not.
I am not a human. Treat me as such. In case you missed it, the 2018 Basketball Hall of Fame nominees have been released. New rule, guys, if you didn't know.
Oh, new rule.
That's gone into effect. Former players are eligible to be nominated after 3 years of retirement instead of 6. Don't know why they changed it, but anyways, here are some notable candidates.
And the nominees.
Jason Kidd. No, I'm just kidding. Steve Nash, Grant Hill, Chauncey Billups, Richard Hamilton, or Rip. I don't know why I wrote down Richard, but
Wait, why did they change the rule? That makes it so unfair for everybody this year.
Yeah, it makes it unfair for those that didn't make it last year to get voted this year, because now you got now a whole new group of or a whole batch of players now get like this.
And everybody that was years 4 through 6.
Yeah, no, I know. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So,
All right, continue.
hold on. What did I say? I said Rip Hamilton
Mm-hmm.
and Ray Allen,
So say that list again.
Steve Nash,
Mm-hmm.
Jason Kidd,
Mm-hmm.
Grant Hill, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, and Ray Allen.
So I think you go Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, Ray Allen. It's top 3. Not in that order. Steve Nash.
Yeah.
I mean, Chauncey Billups
I
should
agree.
get in the Hall of Fame, and Rip Hamilton should get in the Hall of Fame, but
I can't believe you guys didn't notice.
what?
Oh, he said Ray Allen.
Twice.
Oh,
Whoa!
You know what happened? KG and Paul Pierce starting to forgive him.
Nope.
Did you notice?
Nope.
I don't know if
Listen.
you guys saw this in Area 21.
I'll tell you guys.
He referred to Ray. Not you, but I'm pointing at Joel right now. Kevin Garnett referred to Ray Allen as 2 shooters that he had on his team. He hasn't used that name since he started doing Area 21. It's the first time.
Let me tell you.
Dropping hints.
Let me tell you why I decided
I can't believe you said it.
to
And we didn't even
say,
pick
say
up
his
on
full name. Karma has finally caught up to Walter Ray
Oh,
after his quote unquote catfish stalker.
That was great.
You know,
Tell me you have an update on
that
this.
stalker case. There's no update, but for
Oh,
those who
okay.
don't know,
Okay.
all right,
You got me excited.
he claims that there's this guy that's been stalking him that claimed to be an attractive woman online. The guy actually was saying it's reversed, that Ray has been stalking him,
Right.
and he knows damn well that he's a guy.
Mm.
And now that they're going to court, there's been restraining orders in place. So, but I digress though. About
What-
that
wait,
whole
what do
thing.
What are your thoughts on the case,
Yeah,
Joel?
real quick though, do you guys think that this?
We never got a chance to talk about that, but yeah.
What about the accuser here for a second? Because think about this. This is the part that gets me. That got me confused here.
No, the accuser supposedly is Ray.
Well, yeah, no, okay.
Listen,
Because this
it's
dude has come
the
out.
other-
This
the
dude has
other-
come out.
All right, but listen though. Why is the restraining order? Why is it put on both of them?
No, it's been put on the stalker, quote unquote, has put it on Ray.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why. So that becomes public record.
Right, but
Yeah.
in order to go through with that, they have to have legit evidence that Ray Allen was trying to see this guy, regardless if he thought it was a woman or not.
And probably what happened is he thought it was a woman. Then he said, "I'm gonna fucking kill you," and then he put his training order on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe he made threats. Yeah, that's that. That hasn't been released or anything like that. But you know, it could go down that way.
So do either of you think he might be gay? No, I'm trying to throw it out there. This is what I'm getting at.
I would just say we shouldn't talk about this on the air. I'm gonna draw the line there. I thought about saying a
Sean
bunch
Dutra drawing the
Yeah.
line on the Causeway Street Podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Percentage? No.
No, I don't think he is.
All right, Joe. What else we missed?
I don't think he is. Just putting it out there. He's one hell of a shooter,
40%.
and I think he makes it into the Hall of Fame. 40% shooter. Yeah, he was a great 40% shooter
Great
from
shooter.
3-point line.
Great. shooter.
Sean, I see the
Yes.
line, and I'm going to backpedal.
So yeah, going back to Sean's point, right? So players that were nominated last year but they didn't make it. Obviously, they didn't make the Hall of Fame. Include and they're going to be on the ballot this year. Tim Hardaway, Ben Wallace, Chris Webber,
C. Webb.
Muggsy Bogues,
Muggsy. Huh?
good old Muggsy. They're eligible again, obviously.
How many years of eligibility does he have?
Well, last year was his first, but he didn't make it. So you stay on.
Last year, I guess 7 years ago.
Oh, so it's not.
He
A,
played till
No,
2010.
no. Listen.
no.
Listen.
No, yeah.
You
I
get
just got it now.
people vote just for those to be nominated.
Oh, I got you.
So last
I got
year was
you.
the first
I got
time
you.
Muggsy
he was nominated.
Was nominated.
Why would he make the Hall of Fame? Muggsy Bogues not a Hall of Famer.
Well, I mean, he made it. That's kind of far for him, don't you think? Like getting to this point. So I think at some point he'll get in. Maybe not
ridiculous.
anytime soon. All right, so finalists for the 2008 Hall of Fame ceremony will be announced on All-Star Weekend. All
Nice.
right.
I think Ray Allen will make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I already said that.
Do you guys think they're going to do like a 10-year reunion thing? I'm surprised there hasn't been anything announced because
Yeah.
they all the players are wearing the 2008 patches. Not on their jersey, but they have it on their like warm up. But there's nothing scheduled or anything planned. Is it going to be after Paul Pierce gets the number retired? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
They'll do it.
Probably be like a playoff game.
All right, in case you missed it, we all remember good old Charlie Villanueva, don't we?
He's got no hair anywhere on his body.
Yes, he last played for the Dallas
Eyebrows,
Mavericks.
no.
He last played for the Dallas Mavericks
Chest hair, no.
during the 2014-15 season.
Goatee, no.
Former NBA player still resides in Dallas these days, where his house was recently burglarized.
Oh.
Villanueva took to Twitter to
Will they steal his razors?
talk about to vent his frustrations
He has a condition.
about the robbery and the fact that the Dallas
Rat
PD had
syndrome.
the Dallas PD hadn't arrived after several hours of being called. He went on to tweet about his appliances being gone, and he also tweeted out a picture of his bathroom where you could clearly see his toilet was missing.
Hair trimmings everywhere.
They jacked the toilet. Wow.
The toilet.
The toilet, bro. Toilet was missing.
Was it a gold toilet?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying
Was
to
it
figure
the
out.
Pablo Escobar toilet?
No, I don't know. But listen to some of these tweets, though. This is what made me want to bring this up. I'm still shocked at the things that they stole, but the one stands out the most is a toilet. Bro, a toilet? I can't get my mind off of that. A toilet. Wow. Call the Dallas PD at 6:50. It is now 10:41. No response. # find my toilet.
Yeah, Hashtag find my toilet.
I've called 4 times already. I'm still tripping. Who steals a toilet? Like, why a toilet? One toilet at Dallas PD, still not at my house. Appliance is gone. Like all.
Now,
like,
wait a
are you
minute.
serious?
Does he have a 1-bathroom house?
He probably does.
Well, that was probably like his go-to toilet. That was the nicest one. So,
But
this wasn't in a half
I don't
bath.
wish-
It's probably in like the big size master bathroom.
I mean, I don't wish any wrong on anyone, especially, around the holidays or somebody coming in your house and stealing anything from you. But if he does have a 1-bathroom house, that's like the worst
Which
he could do to do.
He doesn't have a 1-bathroom.
Yeah, but if he does though,
Well, why would he tweet about it though?
like that's that's like
You know?
you gotta like
I don't think
drive
it-
down
I-
the street. You gotta
yeah.
go to like the closest
like
restaurant.
if you look at the
aim
the tweet
where
where
the
he
hole they left in the ground.
look at the tweet where he
That is a hole right
you can
there.
see you can see
Aim.
that you clearly can see it. It's like they stole my toilet. I'm not making this shit up. Still waiting on Dallas PD.
Oh, that's just
So I don't
rude.
know if they ever showed up or not, but I
sounds like a crime of passion.
that's just fucked up.
Do you think Ben
My-
Gordon did it to
my-
his fellow Yukon?
That's what I'm about to say. My conspiracy is someone that he knew or someone that he pissed off, and they're like, I'm gonna fuck up his day. Forget stealing all like the valuables in his house.
Yeah.
I'm taking his toilet.
Yeah, that's a crime of passion. That's someone that you knew that person.
One time somebody came over to his house and was like, hey, can I use the bathroom? He just goes, no. And that guy's like,
Or just somebody who
I'm
hates
gonna
him.
steal your toilet one day.
Maybe somebody he never met. Maybe someone like who installed his Comcast and was just like, I fucking hate Charlieville, Illinois.
Yeah, I
I'm
bet
gonna
you-
take his. I'm gonna do an inside job and steal his fucking toilet.
I bet
Kevin
you-
Garnett may have done it.
I bet you. I bet
He
you.
hates Charlieville in a way.
I bet you it was a 2-man job, and one of the guys was like, you know what, man? You ever heard of an upper decker?
Oh.
The other guy
Upper
was like,
Decker
no,
gone wrong.
I'll do one better, dude. Just jack the whole toilet.
Then we'll do an upper decker and leaving his lawn 1 week later.
They
He's
return,
like, look at this toilet. We could make money off of this. No upper deckers. We'll do something else.
they return his toilet with the upper deck. That's fucked up. With the tank all full
Comes
of
back one day.
full of shit.
Comes back like a week later. He goes in his bathroom. He's like, where are my toilets back?
My God.
There's filled with a week's worth of shit in the top part. Just gross.
Hashtag upper decker.
That's more than an upper decker. That's like I don't know.
What would you do if you came home one day and your toilet was gone?
What would I do?
Yeah, I think you'd be pretty pissed.
If I came home one day and my toilet was gone, I'd probably laugh.
And then you would tweet it out, bro.
And then I would probably like, what's my situation? Do I have to take a shit?
No, you come home, you see that.
Did I like rush home and be like,
your door's been broken into, but then you're like, shit, like what did they take? And you're looking around, you don't see anything. You're like, okay, everything seems to be here. You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden you have that urge, and then you go into the bathroom and your toilet's gone.
Depends. Was I pinching a groundhog or? If I was, then I'd be pretty pissed.
Yeah, because of the nerves, because you probably thought like, shit, everything's been taken, but nothing was taken except for the one thing you need at that
You
moment.
still got the pipeline though. You're good.
Yeah.
If you had to do that.
You'd aim if you had to do it.
He's walking around like, what the fuck did they take? And then as soon as he opens that, he just cracks the door open. You just see toilet missing.
A guy used to live above me that clogged his toilet, so he started shitting in a bucket.
Oh, Jesus.
And then he would throw it off his 3rd floor balcony.
You're like, well, this is going.
Yeah, it was gross.
Well, on that note.
So, I mean, I guess I would shit in a bucket.
Oh. Not the answer I was looking for, but all right. No, I want to send a big shout out to Dan Hedges and Tyler Sharp, who are responsible for making the.
Who are they?
They're filmmakers.
Let 'em
They
finish.
made the documentary called Hoops Africa Ubuntu Matters, which aired on NBA TV on Christmas Eve
Great documentary.
and the day after Christmas.
Really good.
Dan Hedges is actually a friend of mine. Graduated high school together, and I wrote a piece about the film over the summer. So I'm glad that it finally was able to be seen and be shown. So
Yeah,
congrats,
it was good.
Congrats to them for making a documentary about the power of Ubuntu that had led to the Celtics 2008 championship and 2 NBA games on the continent of Africa.
Yeah, you
since
know what?
2015.
What I liked the most about it wasn't just about the 2008 championship team, but it was also about the
It's
players.
like multiple stories, yeah.
Right, multiple stories of players that are from Africa, and how they made their way to the NBA, and how they're not just guys who played a few years here. They're guys who are solid rotation players and going to have a long career in the NBA. So it was cool. It was a good documentary.
Pretty much in the last 2 years, it's been well documented about the first NBA game, right?
Mhm.
And so like the game of basketball is very huge in Africa, and this film just talks about different stories, and the Celtics winning the championship just happened to be one of them.
Right.
And they interviewed many NBA players, and they talked to a lot of the members of that championship team, such as Paul Pierce, Doc Rivers, Brian Scalabrine.
Yeah, Scal made an appearance.
Yeah, so
Well, bless the
That's
rains
cool.
down in Africa. I'll say that.
I'll bless the rains down in Africa. So yeah, so no, shout out to them.
take a lot of from you.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, I wasn't here last episode, so I didn't get a
Unfortunately,
chance to.
fortunately,
I didn't get a chance to big up the documentary before it aired on NBA TV, but I'm sure it'll air at some point again.
Sean and I would have made a trip to a hospital if you came down here.
Oh man, that's messed up. I would have quarantined myself.
Was you gonna wear a
I
mask?
was gonna wear a mask, have some future plan in the background. Well, this, in case you missed it, is brought to you by the CLNS mobile app. Download the best coverage online with the CLNS mobile app. You can also subscribe to the CLNS YouTube channel where you can listen and view us, the Causeway Street Podcast.
do it.
And yeah, make sure you do that. And that is it for.
In case you missed it.
Obviously, follow us on all social media outlets at Causeway Street and Blocka. Thank you all for the support in this 2017.
Oh, this is it, huh?
This is it.
Last episode 2017.
This is
Old Lang Syne.
it. This is it.
Is that song?
No, no. Sing it. Since you're probably going to
I-
regardless.
I can't. I've drawn a blank.
Okay. Sorry, put you on the spot.
But Happy New Year, everybody! 2018 should be a great year.
Yeah. No, and since I wasn't here again, Merry Christmas
Oh,
to
Oh,
you,
thanks,
Dutra, and you, Sway. Even though I did see you, but I hope
Yeah, I saw you,
everybody had a great Christmas and a happy Hanukkah.
and
it goes-
Happy New
Goes by
Year.
too fast, you know.
Merry
Goes by
New
way
Year.
too fast.
Yeah, a lot of preparation for 24 hours.
Well, Sean, you come from a big family, so it must have been fun to have all the brothers back together because none of you
All the
guys
Dutra
live.
clan?
None of you guys live near each other, really.
Yeah, the
So that's
Dutra
cool.
clan is back in town.
He sounds stoked about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, technically, everyone's away at Christmas, so we do it after Christmas party. Which
Did you four boys get rowdy? Well, I guess you will. Will
yeah,
you guys get
oh
rowdy?
yeah, rowdy. Come on,
That's not even like
That's like
Come
part of the
That's like-
Dutra
that's
DNA.
like the
that's like
That's like tip of
breakfast.
the iceberg.
That's like breakfast. We're rowdy at breakfast.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing we're all healthy, huh? Because let me tell you guys, waking up from a nap, shaking, and already being under covers, not a good look.
Yeah, I would say I'm even worried that I'm sitting next to you right now.
Well, you look healthy, and you
It
did.
was just-
You did
it was
during
just a-
Christmas too. So
yeah,
yeah,
it was just,
think you're good.
Let's be honest. He looks
just a
sickly.
fever.
He
think
looks sickly.
you're in the clear.
It was just a fever. No coughing. No,
Did you
spreading of germs.
Did you get a piggy bank?
What color was the fever?
I did not.
No.
I didn't get a piggy bank. I was expecting you
That's
to give
good.
me that just to make me laugh.
Well, like I said last episode, I mean, nowadays for us, a piggy bank is probably a 401k. So there you go.
Gotta love that investments.
Yes.
Hashtag
Savings account right there.
get your retirement on point.
Save your money, folks. Save
Any
your money.
resolutions? You guys do that? New Year's resolution?
I think I'm gonna
resolution.
quit smoking.
Joel, any resolutions?
I
He's not going to quit smoking.
I am. I have to.
Um,
I'm gonna-
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
think
Completely. Cold
Completely.
turkey.
Yeah.
Can we get a wager on this? Which, by the way, you have to fulfill your last
that's right.
wager.
I'm waiting to go to karaoke, and we got to do it before.
Yeah.
I say we do it on Saturday night before New Year's Eve. I will go to a karaoke spot and I'll do
I
it.
think I'm gonna choose.
Good idea. I got nothing planned.
I'm gonna choose the song "I Touched Myself" for you to sing.
Shit. All right, fine.
Hey, if you guys
I
have
don't
any,
remember who sings it right
if
now.
you guys
but
have any ideas,
I'm leaning towards that.
put them in the comment section. We got some. We got to really think this one out. We got to make sure we pick the perfect song for Sean to sing since he lost his bet.
Thank you, Mavericks.
Wait, what was the bet you lost again?
The Mavericks,
Mavericks
would
would-
win more than 7 games.
That's
by New Year's
right.
Eve.
That's
no, you
right.
said they wouldn't win more than 6.
You know what?
And they won 7 like that week.
It's too bad that what was it? The guy who was painted silver who had a terrible form.
The mannequin.
Yeah, he stopped. He stopped tweeting at us. I guess he was scared of playing Sean 1-on-1. So
I would be too scared.
this is a this is a wager where Sean's got to come through here.
By the way, the thing that sucks is that they're still the worst team
Yeah.
in the Western
Yeah,
Conference.
but that wasn't the wager.
That wasn't the bet.
Stupid.
Hey, it's a bet. It's a bet, man.
How many wins do they have now? Because I
10. They got 10.
Okay, I stopped checking after 7. I'm like, we're all good.
Everything's fine.
That's all I needed.
Got him.
They could lose the rest of the season. That's all I needed.
Watch them stop at 10 too. You were just off.
I
You
knew
were
they
just
were.
off.
It was just the timing that was off.
You should have went with 10, right? Double digits. That's a great mark right there.
Well,
'Cause then there would be one off between now and New Year.
I think when I said it, they had
They had 4.
4. Yeah. And they won like 3 in a row.
All right, Sean Dusha Karaoke coming at you soon. We'll get that done. We'll try to get it done before 2018.
Yeah, and then good vibes for 2018. Right now, back at home where our parents are from, Honduras, there's political conflict, and we just want like hopes and prayers that everybody's remains safe because it could get worse before it gets a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully that's not the case, but we'll see what 2018 brings in. Definitely thoughts and prayers to everyone down in Honduras. Political conflict going on. Hasn't ended. Hasn't shown any signs of coming to an end anytime soon, but hopefully it does.
I would say, Mr. President of the United States to come and, intervene.
You don't want that, man. You don't want that.
That's pointless.
You don't want
But
that.
that's not even worth bringing up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, unfortunately. That's not the
Yeah. So to answer your
that's not the
question,
kind of president we have right now.
answer your question on New Year's resolution, I'm going to say I'm going to curse less in general, not just on the
Why?
podcast. I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
I feel like I just like it's just that's always
You?
like the
Really?
first thing that comes out of my
I thought it was Sean and I were worse than you.
It's just more like, man, I'm not saying Sean's worse than me. I'm just saying,
No, I'm saying
like reverse,
overall, I guess.
yeah, just overall, like when I'm by myself, especially driving, like oof, I need to cool it down a little bit.
All right.
Yeah. What about you, Sway?
I got nothing, man. I don't know.
How about you? Don't piss off Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
No.
How about
No, absolutely not.
How about you?
No.
Your resolution should be to get as many people mad as you as possible.
Get another one?
Get another one.
No, but at least this wasn't like Hoiberg
Your
status.
resolution should be
He didn't
like
walk off.
make Brad Stevens swear.
Make what at me
Yeah.
or just in general?
If he just goes, "Fuck you, Sway." It's a stupid fucking question.
If he calls me swear, I'll be impressed. I'd be impressed that he knows that.
And then get a drop after.
Hey, this is Brad Stevens. Fuck you, Sway. You listen to the
Causeway
Causeway Street Podcast.
Don't ask stupid questions.
That'd be the greatest drop ever.
So
Maybe that should be my resolution. Get a Brad Stevens drop. No, I don't like that. I don't know. I'll get back to you.
All right.
All right, we're out of here, guys. Everyone have a happy new year. Happy, safe new year from the Causeway Street Podcast. Fellas, any last words? 2017. It's been a crazy year, man.
Seriously,
We've
I don't even know how to sum up the year.
we've
Awful.
we've been doing our thing, man. Not to sound like those, not to sound like that kind of podcast.
And it's been a great year.
But we've made some strides this year. So thank you, everyone, of course, because
Yes.
you are the reason why we're hitting these numbers and why we've been so successful this year. So thank you.
Toot our own horn if you don't mind.
Yeah, where that horn at?
And fuck Lou Maloney. No, I just mess.
Oh, fuck Lou Barloni.
Okay.
I enjoyed having Lou on.
All right, fuck the other guys then. OMF.
Nothing. I don't think they say anything bad about us.
Hey, why don't we just
Oh no, they did after the fact.
Not recently, but
They did after the fact.
let's pick another fight with a radio show. Let's do it.
That's our resolution. Hey, if they warrant it, let's do
speak
it.
for yourself. We didn't pick no fights. They came at us.
They did come.
Yeah,
at
you said
us.
pick another fight. That's true.
Yeah, they came
No,
at
not
us.
with that show. Any of
No,
those.
I'm saying we didn't originally pick that fight.
Aren't we like label mates with Anna now? Isn't she on she's gonna have like a show coming out soon at some point?
Coming soon.
Breaking news on Causeway Street Podcast. Anna Horford now a part of CLNS Radio.
CLNS Media.
Welcome to the team, Anna.
Welcome to
CLNS.
No, that should be your resolution.
When you want the best.
Get that mastered. Get that mastered and recorded.
Like some 80s fucking guitar riff in the background.
that'd be great.
Get a legit guitarist to do it too.
CLNS. When you want the best.
All right, take 75. Come on, guys, let's get this one.
I'm like, guys, I don't know if I can keep singing this.
Sounds like I can't do it anymore.
Like, I need more feeling.
All right, just get the riff. Come on, guys. Got a band behind you. All right, guys, we're out of here.
Happy
We'll
New Year.
see you in 2018.